Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to episode 17 of Fox Ridge Philately. It is Saturday, January the 18th, I think, here on the east coast of Canada. And just picking away at one of the many projects that I have on the go with my collection. What you see in front of you is not what I'm working on right now, but just to show you that I do have some things that are quite well organized. One of the things I like about the hobby is the organizational part. I've said this many times before, I find it therapeutic. It's very relaxing, very enjoyable, and I have lots of Davo albums, Faroe Islands, Isle of Man, Iceland, France and New Zealand there. And then you see some reference material and lots of albums and stock books down there. And then up in here, Soviet Union / Russia and Poland and Canada and Great Britain, all in Davo albums. So I've got lots that is quite well organized, including here too. And there's the Vario sheet binders I've been working on for British Commonwealth, the blue binders. But perhaps like some of you too, there's always a bit of a disorganized mess from time to time. I'm starting to get into that now. You can see what my desk looks like, and there's the backyard. We're hearing the coyotes every night just up there in the trees. And actually last week I heard a bobcat for the first time, which was cool and creepy at the same time. What a bizarre sound they make. Anyway, you can see my afternoon here. It's going to be more than an afternoon, obviously. And I'll get to what this pile is in here and what this box is about here. And it does tie in with the stock book. And one of the viewers had said that she'd love to see my horse topical sometime. So that's what I'm showing here right now. And I haven't done anything with my horse topical stamps lately at all for a long time. Just whenever I found horse stamps, and there are thousands and thousands of horse stamps, I've been sticking them in here, and they're in no particular order. But I've said before I need to do something with them eventually, kind of narrow it down or figure out a plan of some sort. So I'm just flipping through here, excuse me, to give you a sense. Nothing of any value, of course. And with some of these, they were produced by not by stamps. The stamps were produced and issued by countries that were really just appealing to the collectible market themselves. Certainly they were used stamps. Stumbling over my words a little bit. But as you can see, there's some CTOs in here. So a lot of it was going directly to the philatelic market itself. For instance, that whole sheet. So not even in alphabetical order. Lots of Poland in here. I really like this definitive series from Portugal, and I'd love to get the entire set sometime. I just think they're very attractive stamps. Even get that to focus there a little bit for you. There, maybe that helps a little bit. With the knight riding on the horse, the mounted knight, various denominations. Just very, to me, very attractive, pretty stamps, nice engraving. Just a quick flip through. I'm sure you've seen lots of these before. There's Icelandic pony up there. I had the opportunity, my partner and I had the opportunity when we were in Iceland in May and first part of June last year to ride an Icelandic pony. Mind you, they call them horses there, don't call them ponies. That was her one request, and she wanted to ride an Icelandic pony. She is passionate about her horses. You might be wondering why I have a topical of horses, what attracts people to certain subjects and topics. My wife, who I think I've mentioned before, passed away a little over 2 years ago, but her passion, her whole life, was horses, the equestrian community. In her younger years, she was an eventer, dressage and cross country and stadium jumping, but her real passion became fox hunting. And you can see some of the jumping down there, the jersey stamps. And here in Nova Scotia, there is a fox hunting club. Don't get too worked up. They do not hunt live foxes, although we have lots of them. I shouldn't say lots, but population of foxes in the area has been going up, which is great. But did they do follow the traditional English rules of fox hunting? And it's very social, and you have to be a very skilled equestrian on the hunt, because the hounds are following a scent, and they can go at a quite a rapid pace. So you need to be able to handle your horse extremely well, and your horse has to be used to being in a large group. And horses can get very excited because they love it as well. So yeah, you've got to be good with your horses, show good horsemanship, and be an excellent equestrian, because safety is of utmost priority. Of course, being in Canada, I do have some booklets here. Got off topic there a little bit, or on a bit of a tangent. Newfoundland pony. I'm not going to open the booklet itself. And I think this was in 2000 this came out. Yeah, and I will open up this booklet. And some of the most successful and famous horses in Canadian history here. If you know anything about show jumping, you may recognize Ian Miller and Big Ben. And if you're into horse racing, Northern Dancer won the Kentucky Derby, and world champion harness racer and saddle bronc. What's the word I'm looking for? There you go. World champion as well. My wife was English. She wrote English, not Western. And my partner, coincidentally, that I'm with now, is also a passionate equestrian and loves to ride. So I guess kind of as a tribute, I started this a handful of years ago, just sticking horse stamps together in a little topical collection. And Fox Ridge Philately, I think I said in my first episode, that's kind of where it got its name, is through the fox hunting. And the farm that we have is called Fox Ridge Farms as well. These are a couple of, I think they just came out last year, of issues from France. Presentation sheets, not really souvenir sheets. And third one over there, there's an eventer. Yes, my current partner also, that's where she is right now. Actually, she's in the horse barn and riding her pony, as she calls it. So a quick flip through on the stock books there. Now, what else I have here, you can see the shoebox, thousands of stamps in here, and a few odds and ends there. And these are more, pull those ones out, little souvenir sheets and mini sheets and so on. So just got those set aside, and singles that I've just kind of gone through here also from that shoebox, because the shoebox has horse stamps in it. So thousands of horse stamps, certainly hundreds, I would argue probably 1,000 or so in there, as well as cricket stamps. So the sport of cricket, not the insect. If you collect cricket on stamps, well, I'm looking for a home for these as a giveaway perhaps, and maybe I'll put a little Instagram post about it. You know, if anybody's looking for some cricket stamps, and I've got more in here. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going through the shoebox and separating the horse stamps from the cricket stamps. They're mostly horse stamps, but there are the cricket ones in there too. I picked this up at the Stamp Club meeting and member auction this past week. It's about an hour and 15-minute drive from here, but I did go into the city to go to the meeting. I thought, oh, that looks like fun. Sure, horses. I think I paid $15 for all that, which is, I know it's not worth a whole lot. They're just very common stamps, worth pennies really each, but that's again not why I collect. So I've got some work here to do with my horse stamps. Oh, and this little pile I have over here, they are cricket themed stamps too, but one of the other topicals I have is maps on stamps, cardophilately, and these all have maps or partial maps on them, so I'll add those to my maps on stamps collection. And the ones I pulled out here, and I'll do an Instagram post, it says Staffa, Scotland, 15/8/77, so that'd be the 15th of August 1977. Looks like a CTO there, and same with this. Of course, all horses, Staffa, Scotland, and I think it's January 1st, 1974. And then another sheet here, it's got a slight tear there at the top. And that seems to be June 1st, 1976, and the cancellation also says Staffa, Scotland. So all CTOs. However, these are Cinderellas. Because you might be saying, what the heck is Staffa, Scotland? That's what I did. Certainly know Scotland. So did just a quick Google search, and yeah, of course, these are Cinderellas. And there's a bit of a story, and I said I'll do an Instagram post on this, with the person who came up with the concept of these stamps. A bit of a shady character, it seems, from what Wikipedia was saying. Staffa is a small, very small island, uninhabited island off the west coast of Scotland, just off of the Isle of Mull. And that's where apparently these are from. And if I read correctly, I ought to go back and check my source again, that there was a small little mailbox on the jetty on the uninhabited island, but not postally used and not stamps that could be legally postally used. But Cinderellas can be kind of fun, and they fit in with my horse on stamps theme. So I'll keep those, and when I came across those, it just piqued my interest because, yeah, Staffa, what the heck is that? So I'm just kind of reading some of the small print on here, or trying to. Dragoons, 1756, Great Britain, Austria. Lifeguard, 1815, Great Britain. That's what some of these are. And I know I shouldn't be using my fingers. Just tweezers are just off to the right here. Not like these are worth a whole lot, but there you go, get a better idea. And they do have a value, 3 pence and 9 pence. And these say 10 pence and 25 pence. There you go. Tennessee Walker. So these are showing breeds of horses. Hackney, Pinto. And yeah, so these are all horse stamps. Most of these are horse stamps. There's the cricket stamps to find a home for. Stock book of horse stamps. My foxes are in the back of this. So if I'm going to put all these in my horses on stamps collection, I'm going to have to find a bigger stock book or a second stock book or something, and figure out what ones I have that are now doubles, and whether I'll do them by country alphabetically or specialize in on fox hunting or equestrian sports specifically, because there's everything in here in terms of horses. Anything that had a horse on it, this person had thrown into that shoebox, along with the cricket stamps. So that's the fun, right, of the hobby. You pick away at something, and you do a bit of organizing, you do some learning, and you just have some fun. So hopefully you're having fun with yours too. This is, once again, kind of an off-the-cuff video. The person who had asked about the horse stock book and seeing the collection, I hope that was of interest to you. And I'm sure I'm going to have some extra horse stamps kicking around here at some point too. Stay safe, everyone. Enjoy your hobby. Take good care.